Hello, welcome back to Cooking with Lynn. Today we are going to do a cheesy taco stuffed shells with crunchy Tex-Mex, and this is what it will entail right here. We have a hamburger, which we will brown in this pan over here, and we're going to add 1 jalapeno chopped, and this is like 3/4 cup of onion chopped, and we're going to add 1 tablespoon of taco seasoning. Get all that cooked up, and then after it's cooked up, we're then going to take it off the heat and add 2 tablespoons of cream cheese to it and mix it in really well and cook it for about 5 minutes. After that, we're going to stuff the shells. We're going to cover it up, the stuffed shells, in a 9x9 pan, and we're going to cover it for 15 minutes. And while that's cooking, we're going to mix up. We have here some crushed tortilla chips, and in that I'm going to put some onion powder, garlic powder, and some smoked paprika. And after it's cooked for 15 minutes in the oven, then after that what I'm going to be doing is covering the shells with 1 cup of green salsa. You can do whatever salsa you really prefer, and then top it off with the cheese, and then finally put the chips on top. Outstanding dish. I love it. And let's get to cooking. Okay, let's get this cooking show going. I'm gonna start with browning our roast beef, or brown beef, roast beef, like this. I have to wash the counter. Kind of chop it up, make it a little easier. Get all the browning done. Just like that. Oh, it smells so good. And you know what I forgot to grab is the garlic. I always put garlic in everything. Have to have garlic. All right. Garlic, all sage now. Okay, we're going to lightly brown. Now, start to add onion, jalapeno pepper chopped, and you're going to want to do about a tablespoon of taco seasoning. Ooh, it's smelling so good. And last but not least, garlic. Gotta have your garlic. Unless you don't like garlic, then of course don't. I was watching this food show with my daughter when she was here over the weekend, and it was interesting. They had these 2 ladies that did not know. They were just cooking this chicken, and then one of the guys in the show said, "Hey, did you realize that this chicken had salmonella? And do you realize, we put this stuff on the meat?" And it showed everywhere they touched where they had raw meat, and pretty interesting. That's why now I've always had some gloves, but you just don't want that any kind of meat, whether it's chicken or beef. You just never know. You don't want raw meat pieces on anything. So that was an interesting show. I don't remember the name of it, but it was a really good show. Makes you think about, really washing your hands all the time when you cook, and like I say, this rubber glove's going to go in the trash. Okay, now we have this. Now we're going to lower the heat down like that. is lowered, you can hear it. Now we're going to put in the cream cheese, 2 ounces. Mix it around. So nice and well incorporated, and we're about on our way to stuffing some shells. I do have the oven preheated at 350 degrees. Nice and creamy. It just has a little bit of a creamy texture to it. It's kind of nice. All right. I only did 10 shells because only my husband and I. And we just don't. My freezer, when I do larger batches, is just getting too full. So I need to just cook what we consume. There we go. Perfect consistency, just slightly melded in with our meat mixture. And now we are ready to stuff the shells. Okay, and now I'm going to spray the pan. Totally forgot the other day making my calzone before putting the dough in the bowl while it rose. Forgot to spray it. And that's a mess. All right, now let's start stuffing the shells. Gotta do a taste test just to make sure it's all good. And, very good. Pass the test. All right, now let's stuff the shells. Oh, this is so good. Get that Tex-Mex edge. You know, it's because, you know, I mean, stuffing shells normally, I put the dairy edge in there with the cream cheese instead of, you know, they have like ricotta and all that other, it's not your normal stuffed shell. I don't like cooking normal. Most of the time I do. I shouldn't say that. Sometimes I stay the normal path. But I like to jazz up recipes because that's what makes cooking interesting. If you just stay with the same old, it just gets boring. Terribly boring. And it's no fun. You got to be creative and find fun things. I mean, you guys can even jazz it up however you want as well. Maybe you've got your own concoction you want to put in there. Different spice, maybe not just taco. Maybe you want to, oh, the cayenne pepper. That's what I wanted to put in here too, but I did not. Cayenne with the paprika. I always do cayenne paprika. I got the paprika, the smoked paprika, but did not have, because that always just puts a nice edge to it. This time I'm going to use smoked paprika. I'm going to give a smoky top flavor. Okay. Fill the shells. In the shells. And then once they're all filled, I'm going to cover them with a cup of the salsa, then bake it 15 minutes, and then put the cheeses and the crumbled up tortilla chips lastly. I had that a little mixed up. All right, we'll be back. Okay, now we're ready to put the salsa on. What I'm going to do is individually put some salsa on each shell. That way you're getting a full flavor. It's probably about a cup, but I just spoon each one lovingly with some green chili. Just like this. Like I said, I got the oven up to 350. So we are going to be ready to cover this guy up and bake away and enjoy a delicious dinner tonight. There. All right. Okay, we're back in the final stages of putting this guy together. It is a cheesy taco stuffed shells with crunchy Tex-Mex. We're gonna deal with the Tex-Mex right now. Oh, also, something else you could have put in the cream cheese is some fresh cilantro. That would also make fresh leaves in any meal or just. All right, so I have got my garlic powder here. I'll put a little in there. Just a bit, just enough just to give it some flavor. Let's see here. Yeah. Just enough for some flavor, smoky paprika. We got some onion powder. A little bit in there. Measure it out. Now we're going to mix it up. Whoops. Like that. It's nice and well mixed. Then I'm going to taste it just to make sure. Perfect. It's too late. If it's on there, always test everything before you stuff it or place it onto your dish because it's too late after it's already cooked. Then you ruined it. This is perfect. Just enough. So it's not just plain doll tortillas. You don't want plain doll. All right. Got a few more minutes left. And we'll be back to finish this delicious dish up. Okay, we're back. 15 minutes is up. And now what we're going to do is put the cheeses. This is mozzarella cheese, about 3/4 of it. Sprinkle it over. Colby Jack cheese. It's going to sprinkle on there. And then last, a little bit there. Last but not least, it's about a cup of tortillas, and you can put whatever spice you want in these tortillas. That was just my personal preference. I should have put cayenne in there. I would have had to do it over again, but that's okay. Just whatever you feel like. We're going to top off the shells, just like this, and that'll give it some texture to this dish. Okay. Got a little left over, that's okay. All right, another 15 minutes uncovered and we'll be back. It is fresh out of the oven, ready to go. Oh, it looks so good. Look at those shells. Nicely done. And now for the taste test. The shells. Here we go. Get a little bit of the shell in there too, along with some of the textured tortillas. And let's try this. Happy Taco Tuesday. That is the way to eat shells. Till next time, subscribers. Bye.